reading this to you because I want to know what you think is going on with this kid, okay? I continually tried to... He came out to the hall and slumped onto the floor and became highly emotional. The crying went on for 3 minutes. I continually tried to calm him down, assuring him he was not in trouble and I was there to help him. But at first, I needed to know what had frustrated him so we can solve and move forward. Still out in the hallway, away from the other students, he eventually calmed down and began to communicate his frustrations in an aggressive and frustrated one. At first, he just shouted, "Leave me here," or "I want to be alone." I explained that I could not leave him unsupervised in the hallway, but I could call someone to take him to a timeout where he could calm down.
Get my work phone.
Eventually, I determined that his frustrations were because he got a lot of answers on the review sheet wrong. His ramblings included accusatory statements like, "You just make up numbers to multiply, like they don't make sense. Then you say that 3 times 3 equals 6, which isn't true. That doesn't make sense." Eventually, he was able to calm down, but the episode took both of us away from the class for over 10 minutes. When he did calm down and he returned, I tried to get him on track with creating his science journal assignment, but he continued to have a bad attitude towards me, so I left him alone, and the assignment did not get completed. The behavior is quite alarming to myself and his peers. There have been small episodes of frustration thus far, but nothing to this degree. He often moans in frustration or crumples papers, but usually gets back on track. I'm familiar with Tyler's 504 plan, and it mentions sensory issues, but I'm not sure how his frustrations were related today. Can you please give me and Mrs. Rentop some guidance on how we can make Tyler feel successful? So what do they need to do to help that kid?
I don't know.
Well, if that was you, what would you want them to do to help you?
Take me to Mr. Miley's.
Okay, but how does that help you with your math? Because I hear you say that doesn't make sense a lot too.
Why didn't you even want to hear the story?
Yeah, why did that upset you?
It was boring.
Well, I'm trying to understand how you think, because you think differently than I do. So that's a situation. Doesn't that sound a lot like you?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to help. I wish I did. So if you see that happening with another kid, what do you think that teacher could do to help him?
I don't know.
Well, what would you want the teacher to do to help you?
I don't know.
Well, can you think about that for me and let me know? Because you have a really brilliant mind and you're great at problem solving. So can you spend some time thinking about that? I'm not saying you don't have to do other things at the same time, but can you think about that? So if I get an email like that from your teacher, that I can tell her how to help you?
Okay, I'll think about it.
Okay, I would appreciate it, okay?
Okay. And I'll charge my iPad a bit.
And can I cut your hair today?
Yes. Determine mine too.
Meal lunch?